this is a very important question that we have. Out of sight, out of mind, we say. No? So, if we cannot present in a meaningful and relevant way to our younger men, in a way that they feel that they are touching the reality, then it will be very difficult to keep our younger men enthusiastic with that. I have seen in Japan young men and women, non-Christians, who have changed. And they have changed because they decided in one good moment to go to the third world, Africa, India, South Asia, whatever, different parts of the world, just for Peace Corps, to help. And they confessed later on that they didn't go there motivated by any higher principle or anything. They just went there because they wanted to experience something different, as superficial and as simple as that. But they are in touch with the people, coming in touch with the experiences and the hopes that people have in spite of the negativity of their life. They have been changed. Now they are people that care. Now they are people that they see that there is another way of being human, an alternative to their life. So I think something like this we have to convey also in eliciting vocations for our work. Naturally, not only Jesuits, but also from our cooperators. Get them involved, and we know, because we have experienced that so many times, that lay people are very sensitive. And it's not difficult to motivate lay people to join and put their talents and their professional knowledge at the service of these important causes. And sometimes even from the people we try to help, because they are great teachers. We all have learned a lot from them, so can we learn also from them how to work in their own background? The fifth question, I'm coming to the end, don't worry. The fifth question I have is education. No matter what we do, we Jesuits have always a dimension of education in our concerns. That's clear, whether it's pastoral or school or social apostolate or intellectual research, there is always a dimension of education, and we cannot leave that aside. And we cannot oppose, naturally, educational apostolate or social apostolate. That opposition is meaningless. The question is, what are the needs of the people with whom we are working that require growth? And that's where we can put at their service what we have learned about growth, our own growth, the growth of our communities, and so forth. So therefore, my question here would be, can we redefine education among the poor, among the refugees, among the people that may be migrants or other people with whom we are working? What are their needs in education? And what new models can help us to respond to those needs? You have in the United States both the Nativity model and the Cristo Rey model. This is a very good way of creating a new response. In India you have the community colleges. In Latin America, the Fe y Alegría model. So these are responses to keep a concern of ours, which is, I think, a very Ignatian concern, is that whatever we do has to bring about growth, and growth of the person, growth of the community, growth of a whole horizon of concerns, but bring that into the social apostolate. And then educate people into Ignatian dimensions of growth. And as you know from the spiritual exercises, the Ignatian dimensions of growth, I would say, are memory, so that they can transform their own memories of maybe of colonial past, or memories of oppression, or memories of injustice, or segregation, or whatever. But these are resources to be transformed. A memory that in the light of Christ, another set of memories again, can become a tool for transformation. Another tool of Ignatius is the imagination, and we know how much our identity is linked to the kind of images we have of ourselves, of our countries, of our groups. And therefore, the imagination is also the source of a message that you are preaching all the time, is alternative way of living. What is an alternative way of living if not something that our imagination is anticipating? And the kingdom of God is a source of new images, not for our social apostolate, but we need to educate people on that. Because one of the problems of modern education is precisely a shortening of the imagination, so that people respond to technological or productive needs that take the priority. And then, following the most, say, classically, we want to say it like this, Jesuit education, to offer different habits of mind, habits of heart, habits of life. So my final question, and I'm sure that some of you were anticipating it because it's so much part of our ministry, is about our pastoral service, the religious dimension of our ministry. I have the experience of, in Japan, where the Diocese of Tokyo had a center for 10 years, going on for 10 years, for migrants. And the title of the center was socio-pastoral. But as a matter of fact, the emergencies, the needs of the people, let's say visas and marriage problems and labor problems, were so frequent and so much and so many of them that it absorbed the energy of the center. So the pastoral dimension was left aside because there was no time and no possibility. So the diocese reflected about that, and then they opened a new center where I worked for 4 years, trying to respond to that need, how to accompany these people in the deeper needs, how to give space for their hearts, how to help them keep the hope open, and how to respond to the needs of growth, family, children, and so forth. I think there is where we can contribute also, giving a new depth to the issues of our faith. And this is something that, again, requires process, and this is what St. Ignatius offers us so much. We have something, it's not theories, it's processes. How to grow, how to be free, how to share with others, and how to continue growing, knowing that every day brings a new possibility for new decisions and a new light. And there I think we Jesuits can contribute a lot. I don't know whether this corresponds to your questions. I would be happy if some of these questions are your questions too, and then we can continue our reflection together. Thank you very much.